Conversations that matter. Welcome to the Collective Talk podcast, the place where voices collide and ideas come alive. Each week, your host, Ken Benson, dives in with leaders, creators, and everyday people, talking culture, life, and community. It's not just talk, it's truth, connection, and the spark for real change. So get ready, lean in, and let's dive into the Collective Talk podcast, where the mic is on and the truth is loud.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Collective Talk podcast. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a woman who helps people create lasting memories through travel, Miss Lina Shepard, founder of Dream Romantic Vacations. Miss Lina, thank you for joining us. And before we dive in, can you share with our listeners who you are and what inspired you to start Dream Romantic Vacations?
Well, first, thank you for having me. I'm excited. I get to talk about what I love most, vacation. Right. What inspired me? Just that. I love to vacation. I'm just going to say over 20 years ago. I'm not going to use the real number, but it's over 20 years ago that I started as a travel agent.
Okay.
My aunt's best friend owned a travel agency, a brick and mortar. So I was going to go to school to learn travel.
Okay.
She said, no. You're going to come in the office with me and I'll teach you. And I said, okay. She said, you travel too much. This is what you need to do anyway.
Okay.
So she taught me the old school system. When I started, we were actually handwriting tickets, airline tickets in triplicate, quadruplicate.
Wow.
So that's, I'm so happy we don't have to do that anymore.
Technology. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But how did you feel about that on the job training that you got versus going to school? Did you, now that you have been in the industry for a while, do you feel like it was better that you got that on the job training versus going inside of a formal school setting?
Well, actually, I did go to school after that.
Okay.
Because I didn't feel that I knew all I should know.
Okay. She
taught me a whole lot and taught me in a way that I knew all the old systems. I know how to do GDS and stuff that today's travel agent may not know how to do.
Okay.
And she taught me a lot that I use today, but I still went to training to make sure there was no loopholes. As if something I don't know that I don't know. Right. So I actually did go to the Travel Institute, and I'm a certified travel consultant now.
Oh, wow.
Which is
wonderful.
Like second level. I also went to training for cruise sales.
Okay.
And I'm a master cruise consultant.
Wow.
As well as specialists across the board, destination specialists for various destinations. But I love going to school for travel.
I see. And there is no doubt that you know exactly what you're doing. So for our listeners and our watchers, know that this is a person who knows what they're doing when it comes to travel. But let me ask you this. What was that aha moment when you knew that this was your calling? I know you said you liked to travel and that was something that sparked your interest, but as you got into it and you went through school and everything, was there like this aha moment where it just hit you like, this is something that I am going to do for a profession. I'm going to make a living out of this?
In addition to love of travel, I was doing it for free for too many people.
Okay.
I was getting groups together. I was, planning everyone's travel. I was like, hey, I should be getting paid for this because I'm spending too much time doing it.
Right.
So that's what pushed me to do it. And again, it was my aunt's best friend that owned the agency. And she said the same thing. She said, you're traveling too much. You take these groups with you. Why not get paid? Several other groups I brought to her. And she said, no, I don't want to take the money anymore. it's time for you to make the money.
Oh, and I understand definitely being paid and rewarded for your gift. And I know you
Mhm.
said that it was about 20 years. That was not the real number, but that's a
Yeah.
good number. How has the industry changed since you started?
Oh my goodness, a whole lot.
All right,
And I
enlighten
still
us.
have, excuse me, first I want to apologize. I have a cold,
Oh, thank you for
but
soldiering through.
not a problem. First of all, I have clients from back in the day that remember all the specials we used to have. And when I
Wow.
say
Okay.
specials, we used to go to the Bahamas, all inclusive, three days, 2 nights, for $300.
Wow.
That was
Really?
air, hotel, and again, all inclusive. So
Wow.
those are the specials I miss. Of course,
Yes.
you can't get that now, but
You're
I still
right.
have clients from back then. Do you have any more of those specials? Did you just ask me about a special from 25 years ago?
Yes.
but,
Wow.
but we do still have realistic specials. Whereas if you're willing to just tell me what class service you want, like you want a 5-star hotel or something, I can get you a 5-star hotel
Okay.
for a reasonable price,
Okay.
but I can't tell you what the hotel will be.
Right. Right.
It's a
Right.
mystery deal. That's what they do now. So
Ah. Okay.
you'll say, "Hey, I want to go to Cancun for 5 days. These
Mm.
are my dates. Can you get me the 5-star all inclusive?" Absolutely, I can, but I can't tell you the hotel if you want to stay in this price range. And you get a
Ah.
great deal by doing that. And
Okay.
again, you're guaranteed whatever star you told me. If you said 4-star, 3-star, 5-star, whatever, then that's what you're guaranteed.
So even though it's a mystery, you're still gonna get that 5-star treatment. And you just can't
Mhm.
tell them exactly where that treatment will be. So sometimes maybe it's just worth the mystery in order to get the deal.
It
Oh,
is. The only way that doesn't work is when you have a group of people traveling, because I can't
okay.
guarantee everyone will be at the same resort. So you tell me
Ah,
the destination, you're going to pick the destination,
okay.
but I can't guarantee that a group will be at the same resort. But
Ah,
that leads
okay.
us to another discount. If you have
Okay.
a group, then I can offer a discount because you have a group,
Okay. Okay.
because you have 10 or more on a flight, 20 or more at a hotel. Then, yeah, I can offer you a deal for that as well. Um, but that's what I miss about back in the day.
Okay.
All those deals that would pop up, and they were usually last minute deals too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that worked out very well because I had anybody, okay, if it's over the weekend, I'll go.
Right, right,
Um,
right. No, it
so
was
yeah.
worth it. Yeah, to get that deal and to be able to go to someplace beautiful. But let me ask you
Mhm.
this, because I thank you, and we'll dive and this is going to be a two-parter. So for those of you who are listening and you want to know more and more about, the dream romantic vacation places that you can go, we're not going to talk so much about that in this part, but Miss Lena has agreed to come back and we're going to dive into some of the most beautiful places in the world that you can go vacation. But running a travel business isn't easy. So what have been some of
It's
your
not.
biggest challenges and some of your triumphs?
Um, the challenges was in the beginning,
Okay.
getting clients. The brick and mortar that I worked from was an they specialize in African travel.
Okay.
They
Okay.
were the biggest wholesaler of Senegal and I forgot the other location. Something I did not sell. So
Okay.
I was pretty
Okay.
much the only person in the office that was selling Europe and the Caribbean. If
Okay.
someone called
Okay.
about Africa, I passed it on. If someone called them about the Caribbean or Europe, they passed it to me
Okay.
because that's
Okay.
what I was interested in. And I also tend to only sell what I like because it's hard to convince somebody about a destination that I have no feeling for. I have, it's okay.
I
It's hard to
appreciate
sell
that.
that.
No, I appreciate
And
that
I don't want
definitely.
to talk anybody into something I can't talk myself into.
And that's a wonderful way to go. I think that's
Hmm.
because you got some people out here that will just give you something they've never been there. They don't know what the accommodations are like. They don't know what what your time will be there. It's like, so I one thing I do know about you is that you're gonna go and find out what it's like before you try to give somebody that opportunity to go. So that's wonderful. But let me ask you this: if you could go back and give your younger self a piece of advice before starting, what would that be?
Hmm. stay in the areas that I was comfortable with.
Okay.
Which was overseas, not just Caribbean. For some reason, I feel like I'm doing a backwards turn here.
Okay.
Most people start in the Caribbean and then branch out to Indonesia, to Europe, or whatever. For whatever reason, I started in Europe, and now I'm focusing back on the Caribbean. And right now, that is the best place
Okay.
for Americans to travel right now, staying
Okay.
within the North America. Um, but I think I would have branched out more into more destinations in other countries, other continents.
Okay. Okay. So that's good to know. So walk us through the ins and outs of running Dream Romantic Vacations. And I'm of course this is gonna have to be the condensed version because I'm sure you could go on and on for hours and hours about what that is. But give us just a snippet of an inside look into what that day to day is for you.
It's a long day
Okay. Okay.
because I love what I'm doing. So I don't know how to walk away from it. I literally have to get super tired and fall asleep at my desk to
Wow.
walk away.
Okay.
And I have lots of people that come to me and say, "Hey, I want to do that when I retire. Can you help me?" Absolutely, I can.
Okay.
They have host agencies out there that offer training and they charge you for it.
Hmm.
I usually do it free. I don't
Oh, wow.
mind. Um, it helps me take some of the pressure off of me.
Right.
There's annual fundraisers that our agency hosts,
Hmm.
and some of these people that wanted to learn travel, they're helping me with that. So that
Oh,
takes a
wow.
lot off of my plate, and
Okay.
they get paid for it as well.
Okay. Okay.
So we have our annual group events. We do fundraising travel for nonprofit organizations. It
Okay.
usually only works with nonprofit organizations.
Okay.
Destination events, whether it's concerts, comedy shows. We've done comedy shows in the past as well.
Okay.
Um, we've done groups to Brazil.
Wow. Okay.
Love them. We were trying to do Dubai,
Okay.
Bali, and Rio again because we've gone to Rio several times.
Okay.
Dubai was during the pandemic, so we canceled that,
Oh,
of course. Um, and now people are a little nervous, and I understand, but they
yeah.
still want to travel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, with that being said, that puts on my thinking cap about okay, let me learn more about the US. I know some about it because I don't sell it much. That makes me learn more about what's here in our United States,
Okay. Okay.
what's here in North America. So
And so you said that people who are interested, and this is, I think, where your blessing comes because, a person, I think, not to get on my soapbox, but is willing to give, away some of the insight that somebody gave to you, I think is important. But what does a person have to have? So I'm interested in booking people. Maybe I've done it on my own, for my family or my friends or myself, but I'm interested in doing it, as a business or, as a additional income. What do I have to come to you with in order to get started?
so that's where I offer training.
Okay.
So okay, you know how to do it. You've done it for your family. You've done it for a
Okay.
couple of friends. Now I'm going to teach you how to do it the proper way.
Okay. Okay.
Um, because there's a way to do it where you're spinning your wheels. We don't want to do that.
Okay.
Let's do it the
Okay.
proper way. First
Okay.
of all, learn about that destination so that you can elaborate on that to
Gotcha.
your guest, your group, or whatever.
Right.
If you don't know that destination or that property or that chain of properties, you don't have to go to every single hotel,
Okay.
but you need to know that chain and what their standardized treatment is.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing, treatment. I'm not going to send anyone to a chain where I know the treatment is not good.
Okay. Okay.
And if they ask me for it, I'll just say, I don't recommend that. However, this is a much better resort, and this is why I like this.
Okay. Okay. But as a
But
person,
that's the training I do. I
okay.
teach you how to qualify a client because that's
Okay.
very important. You have tons of people that are shoppers. They want to do what you do.
Right. Right. Right.
So they'll look it up online. They'll
Ah.
go to these online booking sites. They'll go to an Expedia, booking.com or whatever and say,
Yeah.
hey, I found it cheaper. Or I got a friend that's a travel agent. I could just take it to them after you give me
Okay.
the price. So
Right.
you have people do that too. So I train them how to, qualify people that come to them so that
Okay.
they're offering them the proper package, doing the best justice for both them and the client,
Okay, wonderful. And
and
I
not
don't have to
spinning
have
your wheels.
any special education or college degree or anything like that in order to work with you. Is there some?
You have to have the personality to
Okay,
be able to
okay,
work with people.
okay.
If you don't want to work with people, then okay, I'll have you do the research over here, but please don't speak to anyone
Got you.
if you
Yeah,
don't have the right disposition.
right.
So
If you
you
are not a
have to
people
be.
person, this is not for
Mhm.
you. Got it. Got it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, next question I have is this: what tools or partnerships are essential for making your business run smoothly?
Partnership with my vendors, with as far as the tour operators, the countries that we go to, the hotels that we go to. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, just any partnerships that you feel like these are essential, for you having a successful business.
It's essential to learn whatever vendor you want to use, whatever tour operator you want to use, whatever cruise line you want to use. It's essential for you to know their product.
Okay,
You
okay.
cannot sell something you don't know,
Right.
because the last thing you want is for someone to come to you and say, "Hey, book me on this cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line," and you don't know Norwegian Cruise Line, or
Uh,
worse, they know more than you.
right, right,
So now they've picked you. They realize you don't know anything, and now they have that tool to work against you. No, don't call him, her. They don't know anything. I know more than them, and you don't
right,
want that.
right,
So
right.
that's why I always tell my agents, only sell what you're comfortable with. Only sell the
Okay,
products that you are interested in.
okay,
Because
okay.
again, I don't sell anything I'm not interested in.
Okay. I think that makes sense and that's fair. So, and listening to you talk about this and just knowing you personally, you are a very creative person. And so, how do you balance the creative side of planning a dream vacation with the business side, meaning the budgets, the paperwork, the logistics?
Well, I'm also a detail person.
Okay.
And I find it hard to move past things if I don't have that right detail. So I want to make sure that paperwork is in order.
Right.
The
Right.
details for this person's trip is in order.
Right.
What they're going to do there. So I offer that.
Okay.
And the other very important thing is you can't offer people stuff all at once.
Okay. Okay.
Let's just talk about Brazil. Let's say if you want to go on a trip to Brazil, I can tell you about Brazil all day, all night. I used to go
Okay.
there several times a year,
Okay.
but I can't tell you that in our first visit because you're not going to
Okay.
retain it.
Right.
Nor am I going to force it on you and have you overwhelmed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
as time goes by, I tell you little by little. Once it's
Okay.
paid off, which we offer easy payment plans for our trips, as by
Good.
the
So I'm
way,
glad you
interest
mentioned that.
free.
Good, good.
Our agency does not charge a fee.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There are
Okay.
a lot of agents and agencies that charge a fee. I
Yes.
don't.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I should probably change that, but I won't. I
Right,
won't. I
right,
don't. I don't
right,
want to. Why should I? I
right,
get paid from the vendor anyway.
right.
But once your trip is paid off, now we can move it into high gear because now you're excited. You're paid.
Okay.
Let's talk
Okay.
about it. What are you going to
Okay.
do when you get there?
Right.
So that's how I move. I try to move slowly. Again, I
Okay.
don't want to give you a bunch of stuff in the beginning to
Right.
overwhelm you, but
Right.
slowly. And then you can also remember that information
Okay.
as it
Okay.
gets closer because you
Okay.
weren't overwhelmed.
Okay. Well, you know what? You talked about this a little bit about, the things that people would need to come with. But I want to just, in case somebody has listened to us and they're really interested in doing this, give me three other tips that you give somebody that is interested in starting. You gave us a few, but give me three other ones just so that people will know that this is really something that I want to do for a living if I'm interested in doing this, and just realizing that I have the skill to do it. I may love travel, and I may like looking on television and watching all of the travel channels and all of those things. But first thing you say, I got to be a people person. So, okay, say for instance, I get that. I got the personality. I love people. I love talking to people. I'm the person that can go out and in 5 minutes, I know the person's history. But other than that, what else would I need?
You have to be committed and you have to follow through.
Okay.
And
Elaborate
I
more on that
admit
more.
that sometimes I don't always not follow through, but follow up. Follow up is
Okay.
very important. Sometimes I'll pass it off to someone else.
Okay.
But you have to be able to be that person to follow through, follow
Okay.
up, and be committed.
Okay.
Don't drop a person in the middle of their trip. Don't do that.
Okay.
Because they're excited about going on this trip. You need to maintain that same level, if not a higher level of excitement about their vacation.
Okay.
That's why you're there. Otherwise, they could have gone to an Expedia, a booking.com.
Right.
They would not get the personalized service. And that's why you should use a travel agent.
Mm-hmm.
But they come to you for that personalized experience.
Right.
The excitement that you're giving them about this trip that they're planning and eventually going on.
Okay. Now, what are some of your most requested destinations, and why do people love them?
I have many.
Okay.
My first one is I want to go someplace on a beach. So I'm going to use not a destination. I'm going to use what they want.
Okay.
They want a beach. I want to be on the beach. I want to be in the sun. It has to be warm weather. Okay. Now tell me your budget.
Right.
Are we going someplace exotic or someplace common?
Okay.
And I have a lot of bougie clients, but I have the turn up bougie, and then I have the laid back bougie. So you've got, again, that goes back to qualifying your clients.
Okay.
You got to know what they're looking for, because you can send anybody to a beach. You can send them to 63rd Street Beach.
That's true.
That's not what they want. So you have to speak to the client, talk it through. Okay. You want a beach. What color sand? Just walk them through. Throw some questions out. And have a destination in mind when you're talking to them.
Okay.
But most of my clients do want beach.
Okay.
Now, my upper level bougie clients.
Upper level bougie. Okay.
They want a beach in an exotic place.
Okay.
They're not talking Jamaica. They want Tahiti. They want Fiji. They want something like that.
Okay.
Which I'm a specialist in both of those as well. But again, once you qualify the person, you know where you can send them.
Wow, wonderful. So share with us a travel story that left a lasting impression on you. Now, you've already told us that you've been many places and you've been pretty much all over the world, but tell us one place that you went that's like, I will never forget this. And let it be because I'm sure you probably have a bad story of some place that you went. It's like, you know what, I will never forget this. But share a story of some beautiful place that you went to that people may not even know about, but it left an impression on you.
That would be in South America in Bahia.
Okay.
There's a small town in Salvador do Bahia, and it's north of Rio de Janeiro. There's a smaller area within there called Búzios and Costa de Suepe. Those were the best destinations ever.
Okay.
The people were so beautiful. They were so accommodating. They were so friendly. I loved it. They waited on you hand and foot, and it didn't cost a lot of money.
Okay.
They just made sure you had a great time. I felt so comfortable there that I could send people there with I don't even have to let them know I have people coming, and I knew they would treat them well. A lot of times when I have contacts in a destination, I'll call ahead of time. Hey, I have a group of 8 coming. I have a group of 20 coming. Look out for my group.
Okay.
In Brazil, don't have to do that, especially northern in Salvador.
Okay.
Don't have to do that because they're going to treat you wonderful each and every time, regardless of who you are and regardless of who called. I also like to have personal contacts on the ground. So that if my clients want to do something extra, or they change their mind about what they planned on doing. Hey, I have a contact there that can take you on this tour. Or, hey, you want to do something totally different? They can show you how to do that, or they can take you there or whatever. So I try to look out for my clients.
And am I hearing you say that it's important to know people in these places that you send folks to, so you establish relationships with the native folks of these various places, and so that they can, you know, extend that service that you are giving to your clients?
Absolutely, absolutely.
How important is that to establish relationships? Okay, tell me out.
To me, it's very important. Not all agents do that.
Okay.
They'll rely on the tour operator and their contacts down there. I want a personal person that I can reach out to anytime. I can pick up the phone. Hey, Babel, I have 15 people coming down to Rio. Can you help me with this? Or I have them going to, again, northern Brazil. She'll meet them up there. Because the flight is just a short ride. And I have a couple of contacts there. Hey, can you take care of my clients here? I want to make sure they have a great time. They're afraid. This is their first trip out of the country. Can you make sure you take care of them? And they do. And those are the type of people I like to connect with. So whenever I go someplace out of the country, I always seek out the various providers, the various private tour operators. Of course, while I'm there, let me see your paperwork, because you can't drive my clients around and I don't know anything about. So but I always get contact information when I'm out of town.
Wonderful. Wow, wonderful. So that just leads me into my next question. So when it comes to travel, what are the top do's and don'ts that you give to any traveler? Give us a few of them, just things that you would say that do and then don't do that.
Do not lose your mind. Do not forget this is the world, and do not forget that my clients are from Chicago. So don't go to a different destination and lose your mind and forget your surroundings. Always be aware of your surroundings. It doesn't matter where you're going. I want my clients safe. Vacation doesn't mean forget everything. It means relax, but please use your common sense. I don't want you walking in the dark by yourself in a wooded area somewhere. No, you wouldn't do it at home. So why are you doing it there? So what I do, have fun, but don't forget your common sense. That's my biggest thing. Make sure you keep up with your items. After 20 some years, this happened maybe 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. And it happened twice. It's never happened to me. It happened twice within 2 weeks. I was amazed. I had clients to lose their passports.
Oh, wow.
One had her passport stolen. Wow. But guess what was not stolen?
What?
Her phone.
Really?
So I know what she was doing. She was doing this.
Right.
While they're dipping in her purse.
Wow.
So her passport was stolen. One of my first rule is, and I tell them from day one, it's on their invoice and marked everywhere. Make sure I get a copy of your passport. It's for a couple of reasons. And this would go toward the person who wants to be a travel agent. If you get a copy of their travel documents, their passports, or if they're going on a cruise using a birth certificate or whatever, make sure they send you a copy of it, because you want to make sure their names are correct on their documents.
Okay.
I've had that happen once too, where the young lady had her grandmother's name incorrect. And it wasn't just a little, it was way off.
Wow.
This was even her grandmother's name. Are you sure you know this lady? So from that point forward, everyone has to send me a copy of their passport. Here's what that does. It makes sure that I have their name spelled correctly on their travel documents. But more importantly, again, this happened about 3 years ago. What it did was it gave me an opportunity to help her get back into the U.S. This happened on her bus ride to the resort. So she was just leaving the airport. And someone stole everything, her wallet and everything out of her purse. So she had no ID or anything. She could not come back into the U.S. The United States will not let you in without a passport.
Wow.
But because I had a copy of her passport, all she had to do was reach out to the police from the resort, They met her at the resort. She filed
Okay.
a report. I got that police report number.
Okay.
I have a copy of her passport. I reached
Mm-hmm.
out to the airline, and I think the first one was Delta. Reached out to the airline and say, hey, someone stole her passport. I have copies of her ID and everything. Will you please grant her permission to go back home when she leaves in 4 days?
Okay.
So
Okay.
absolutely.
Wow.
So
Wonderful.
that's the other thing for having a travel agent, because they're always looking out for you. They know what contacts to reach out to. They know what to do in situations where you're in trouble like that. And
Wow.
the fact that I request a copy of the passport, because if I didn't have it, she didn't have it on her phone,
Right.
then she would have been out of luck. She would have had to go to
Wow.
the U.S. consulate and so much. But she was able to continue on with her vacation with the rest of her family and have a good time.
Wow, I would have just been out of my mind. I probably the rest of my vacation would have been ruined because I would have been worried about how am I going to get
Mhm.
home? I can't be stuck in this place. I got to go to work. My family's waiting on me. So, I'm
You would
so
have been thinking
happy to
about
hear it.
work. Wow.
Right,
Okay.
right. I got to make this money, but wow, but I'm happy to hear that you think about folks like that and that you take care of them. So for folks who don't know, Dream Romantic Vacations has been one of our sponsors for a very, very long time. And so we're going to take a little time right now to hear a little sponsorship commercial from Dream Romantic Vacations, and we're going to jump right back into it. So we'll be right back.
Ready to turn your dream vacation into reality? At Dream Romantic Vacations, we specialize in creating unforgettable getaways just for you. Whether it's a honeymoon, anniversary, or a simple escape, we take care of every detail so you can focus on the moments that matter most. Call 708-442-4775. Email us at vacay@dreamromanticvacations.com or visit dreamromanticvacations.com. Let us handle the details while you enjoy the journey.
All right, all right. We thank Dream Romantic Vacation. We thank Miss Lina and Dream Romantic Vacations for being a sponsor of the Collective Talk podcast. Remember, let them handle the details while you enjoy the journey. So now let's jump back in with Miss Lina from Dream Romantic Vacations. Can you say, now when we look at the travel industry, and again, this is Collective Talk, real talk for real change. The way I viewed it, I've always viewed, I don't see a lot of people that look like us, people of color who are in the travel industry. So what advice would you give to women of color who want to become entrepreneurs in travel or any other industry? Because I know that's not just your only business. You have a vast background in education. But what advice would you give to other women, especially women of color who want to get into this business?
Make sure it's something you want to do. Make sure it's something you have a passion for. The love of travel is not enough.
Okay.
You have to have the love of people, the love of helping people, the love of research. There's a lot of research involved, but more than anything, you have to be committed.
Okay.
You
Okay.
have to be committed. You can't just pop in and say, "Hey, I want to set up travel."
Right. Right. All right.
And what else? So you
Right.
have to be committed.
Okay. Well, for those of you who are listening and watching, understand that commitment is one of the biggest things you need to have. So I am this person that, and I have this debate with my wife all the time. She loves cruises, and I am so. First of all, I stay seasick all of the time. So the first half of the cruise, until I get a pill or a shot, I'm just out of it. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about the cruise versus the all-inclusive resort. So when you think about the people who book with you, how many people are interested? And I know you can't give us an exact number, but just the percentage of people that you deal with who really want to go on the cruise, they want to get on this ship, they want to go to all these different places in 7 days, 5 days, 3 days, or the person that just wants to go to the resort, kick their feet up, stay in this one place, roll around the resort, and be done with it. What's the percentage of people who go cruise versus all inclusive?
It's almost an even split,
Okay.
but I have my scary berries like you.
Right.
See, I'm not getting it because I'm scared.
Right.
Let me say this: metameclazine.
Okay.
I've never gotten sick on a cruise before, but in
Mm.
2005, I went on a new ship, Royal Caribbean ship, and we were just off the coast of Boston.
Okay.
The waters must have been a little choppy. which I've been on ships like that before, but for whatever reason, I was walking down the promenade deck, just, ooh, Lord, almost green. The
Wow.
purser stopped me and
Okay.
said, come with me.
Mm.
Took me to guest services. He gave me a packet of metameclazine, which is a
Okay.
nausea tablet.
Mm-hmm.
It worked for a perfect 24 hours, and it took maybe 10 minutes to kick in.
Okay.
And something that people should know, if you look that green and that sick on a cruise
Mm-hmm.
and the staff sees you, they can quarantine you. So be
Ah,
careful.
okay.
It's
Okay.
safer to take something for your seasickness than to just try to grin and bear it. No, don't do that. You don't have to.
Right,
And
right.
again, this worked a perfect 24 hours. I loved it. And I've never gotten sick before. So it can
Wow.
happen to anyone.
Okay.
But I absolutely love cruising.
Okay.
Um, it gives me an opportunity to revisit destinations or even see a new destination that I've never been to.
Okay.
When cruising was open to Cuba,
Mm-hmm.
I went on as many Cuba cruises as I could
Wow.
so I could see it.
Wow.
And it afforded me the opportunity to learn the island better firsthand.
Okay.
So I could send anyone there. I can tell them where all the best entertainment or food or whatever is,
Okay.
resorts or whatever. I know for me, that's not a destination I would want to stay,
Right, right,
sleep at. I
right,
don't mind going via cruise. And
right.
they had a cruise that stayed overnight. So that was excellent. So we got the nightlife and everything.
Okay.
But it may be something for one of my clients. And
Okay.
I had gone there so many times and went through the country so many times that I know that. And I
Okay.
can recommend the proper, form of transportation, entertainment, or whatever to my clients.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I look forward to the day that it reopens.
All right, all right, all right. Well, we know, just the sad bar, the political climate that we're in right now. As you said earlier, people are kind of hesitant to go to different places, but we're
Yeah.
hoping at some point, I think it's important to go to places that you've always dreamed of if you can go. And so working with a person like you, it would afford me the opportunity to be able to book a place that, someplace exotic, someplace that I want to go in Europe, someplace that I've always dreamed of, and I can pay on it. I can pay on it and pay on it
Absolutely.
for that certain amount of time. And then once I'm done paying, I don't owe anything else and I can go and enjoy myself. But let me ask you
Absolutely.
this. This is something that I wanted to know, and I wanted to make sure I put this in here. What's one underrated destination you think people should consider? Now you talked about Cuba, but I don't know if that's underrated. But what's the most underrated place that people just like, yeah, no, but you would say, yes, you need to go there. You need to go visit this place.
I don't know about underrated.
Okay.
Um, because there are different destinations for different types of people.
Okay.
I
Okay.
could say Tahiti. Tahiti is beautiful. It's
Okay.
gorgeous. Oh my God, the best place on earth if you love the person you're with. Because
Ah, okay.
that's who you have to look at 22 and a half hours a day.
Okay. Okay.
And
Got you.
nothing else. There
Got you.
is no other entertainment. You might go on a sightseeing tour here, go to one of those luau like dinners or whatever.
Okay.
But this person you're with, face to face the
Okay.
entire time. So as beautiful as Tahiti is,
Mhm.
it's not for everyone.
Okay, okay. Well, for all you
So
lovebirds out there, if you are interested and you want to be booed up under each other 24, 22 hours of the day, then call Miss Lina. She can get you hooked over there to Tahiti and y'all can stare in each other's faces all day long.
mhm.
So when, so when clients come to you, how do you help them decide between booking a cruise or an all-inclusive resort?
Well, it goes to the qualifying the client.
Okay,
When
okay.
you qualify a client, you need to know what they're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
what they've done before, what are their
Right.
expectations, what's their budget. Budget is not number one.
Okay,
Because if it's something they really love, you can work the budget out for them.
okay,
But it's all about what do you want to do?
okay.
Um, and what are your expectations of this destination?
Got you, got you.
So you have to qualify the client, and that's the biggest thing that new agents sometimes don't do,
Okay.
and that causes them to work harder
Got
because
you,
you
got you.
brought this to the client, you didn't qualify them, then you have to go back and do it again or do something else again.
Okay. So let me ask you this, and I'm sure people want to hear this from your mouth. What is your favorite cruise line and why?
Ooh, I will not answer
No,
that.
you won't answer that? Okay. Let me see if I can rephrase it.
Okay.
Uh,
I've
just
had fun on all of them.
You love all of them. I get it. So,
Yeah.
so if I threw out a cruise line, tell me the benefits of being on this cruise. Then let's do it that way. So you
Okay.
mentioned Royal Caribbean. So what is the benefit from your point of view of being on Royal Caribbean? What do I get versus going, someplace else? There are different. I'm sure there are different things on different cruises, but I tell you what, this will be my caveat. I got kids. My kids are grown. When I go on vacation, I don't want to be around a lot of kids. I'm sorry, I just don't. So, could you book me on a Royal Caribbean cruise where it's adults only and there are no children?
I cannot.
You cannot.
Because
Okay.
no, Royal Caribbean doesn't offer adult only cruises.
Okay. Okay.
Carnival just started offering adult only
They
cruises.
have. Okay.
And there is an adult only cruise line, which is Virgin Voyages.
Okay.
But
Okay.
again, you have to be qualified.
Got
Me
you.
as a travel agent, I have to qualify you because it's not for everyone. It sounds nice and simple. It's adult only. I don't want to be bothering kids, so
Right.
send me on that. No.
Okay. Okay.
You will not come back to me saying, "Hey, do you know what they were doing?" I know. So,
I get you now. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're
again,
saying.
you have to qualify your client. Don't just jump into something. I want it all inclusive. Okay, what else do you want? Tell me
Okay.
this. What do you do on vacation? So, as far as Royal Caribbean, your specific question was, what do I like about Royal Caribbean?
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about Royal Caribbean is I am a big ship person. That's just
Okay.
me. I like big ships better. Most of their ships are big and bigger than any other cruise lines. And I mean, well, definitely their newer ones, but
Okay.
their older ships are bigger than some of the other cruise lines. So
Okay.
you're always going to be on a larger ship.
Right. Right.
That's me. That's not for everyone. Some
Okay.
people like smaller ships like Viking, river cruise, because you can go into smaller destinations like Alaska.
Okay.
The smaller ship can get closer into the passages. So you
Okay.
get a
Okay.
better view and get all the scenic route that you can't get from a big ship, that's a big ocean ship that's going to be far out.
Okay. Okay.
So there's a reason for each size ship, and it depends on what you want to do.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
mind being around a lot of people? Again, if you don't want to be around kids, then don't do a Royal Caribbean.
Okay. Got you. Got
Do
you.
an adult only cruise, and since they are available now, that's the best choice. If you want to minimize the kids, then I can steer you in that direction and still give you the Royal Caribbean you want.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend a short cruise
Okay. Okay.
because there'll be
Okay.
tons of kids on that, because a short cruise is less expensive.
Right.
I can
Right.
afford to bring all 15 of my kids.
Right. Right.
So, but if you go on a longer cruise, there's more likely less children.
Okay.
There's a caveat to that. I've sailed out of San Juan many a times.
Okay.
And what I've noticed, or I honestly didn't notice, my clients pointed it out, there were a lot of kids on that cruise from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Right over my head. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Because they get a residency discount. So I have
Okay.
one group that I do a fundraiser for every January,
Mm-hmm.
and it's usually after the kids go to school. But there were more kids on this cruise than they were expecting, but they still enjoyed themselves. But they did notice the kids, and that's because they got a residency discount.
Okay.
So what
Okay.
we paid for, they may have paid half or less.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind too. And I've only experienced that in San Juan. They give discounts to Florida residents, Texas, etc. But that was the only time that I had clients actually say, "Hey, it was too many kids there." And it
Wow.
was an
Okay.
off-peak season, so to speak, for kids. Um, for kids,
Right.
excuse me,
Right.
for kids, I would say Disney.
Okay. Okay.
Because everyone loves Disney, even if you don't want to
Everybody
admit it.
loves the mouse. Yes.
I would always say, I want to go to Disney World. Who wants to do
Mm.
that? as soon as I get there, you have to drag me out.
Yes,
Here I
yes,
am with the ears on and everything. And everyone's like that. It's something about the magic of Disney,
yes,
whether
yes.
it's
I
Disney
enjoy my
World,
time there.
Disney Cruise, or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, and it's not cheap, that's for
This
sure.
is true. So true.
But it's worth it.
It
You
is.
have a
Yeah.
good time. And
Yeah.
their cruises have adult only sections.
Oh, okay.
Their
Okay.
parks have adult only sections.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you need to get away, hey, you know what? Give me a minute. I'm gonna dash over here to
Right.
this adult only
Right.
section.
Oh,
Um, so everyone loves Disney.
yes. Everybody loves the mouse. So let me ask you, with everything going on in the world, how do you see the travel industry evolving in the next 5 to 10 years?
It's hard. It's really hard right now because a lot of places I'm not comfortable sending people.
Okay.
Um, I'm just not comfortable with our relationship with these particular
Okay. Okay.
countries, because I don't know how they're going to treat them. And
Okay.
now I am going to speak a little political.
Okay.
Um, when George Bush was in office, before he got to office,
Mm-hmm.
we could travel anywhere,
Okay.
and people treated Americans like kings and queens. They
Right. Okay.
loved us. I noted an absolute change when he got into office
Okay.
the first
Okay.
time. They treated us differently.
Mm.
Um, it wasn't completely disrespectful,
Okay.
but they didn't fall out over us. They didn't, fall at our feet. Oh, we welcome you, because we were always welcome with open arms.
Right.
It was different.
Mm.
Fast forward to when Trump got in office, it was a little bit different.
Okay.
It was like, we don't blame you. We don't like
Mm.
your president. I
Right.
want you to know that, but
Right.
we like you. So they were
Right.
treating us a little bit better.
Okay. Okay.
Then when he got back in office, it's again a little change in how people treat you.
Okay.
Um, and for me, I know certain places I won't travel to because I'm concerned about how they're going to treat me. I don't want to pay
Right.
my good money to go someplace to be mistreated because you're
Right.
angry
Right.
politically at
Right.
someone else.
Mm-hmm.
There's a change in entry fees and
Mm.
entry requirements to different countries now.
Okay. Okay.
Immediately, Europe changed everything about how you come there, especially London.
Wow.
Stuff you never had to do before. You have to be accepted and approved to enter over there.
Ah. Okay.
Same thing with even Caribbean islands.
Mm.
Now everyone wants you to apply to get in. They have
Wow.
to approve you to travel there. I've never heard
Wow.
of anyone being denied,
Right.
but it's not something you had to do before. So things
Wow.
are quite different.
That is so interesting. I think
Disconcerting.
yeah,
That's what it is.
I'll leave my comment there. I will not get on my
Yes.
soapbox, but
Yes.
are there any trends that excite you, like digital nomads or wellness retreats or eco travel? Those are the new things now. So are any of those new trends that really excite you? Like, I want to check this out for myself, and if I have, I want to steer my clients this way.
I don't have many Echo clients. I have a
Okay.
few.
Okay.
And as far as, again, let's stay in North America, perfect place for them would be St. Lucia.
Okay.
There's a wellness resort there that is top of the line.
Mm,
I
okay.
love it. I love
Okay.
it. So that would be my destination for that. Um, I go to relax.
Okay.
I want to tell you how to relax. I want to tell you how to get the most of your vacation.
Right.
If you're a shopper, I know how. I can tell you how. Ask my husband.
All right.
I can steer you in that direction as well.
Okay.
But most of my clients are kind of, they don't want to hear this. They're kind of basic. They want the
Yeah.
simple things.
Yeah. Yeah.
They say they're bougie, but they want the simple things.
I know that's me, and I totally agree and understand. So let me ask you this: if someone wanted to book their first dream romantic vacation, what advice would you give them on where to start? How do I start the process of getting ready for my first dream romantic vacation? Because somebody's listening, somebody's watching. They've gotten your number, they've seen your sponsorships over the last few months on this podcast, and now I'm ready to take the plan. I like how she sounds. She sounds interested in me as a client. She sounds very friendly. I'm ready to take my first dream romantic vacation. How do I start?
Tell me what you're doing. Where are you going on vacation?
Okay. Okay.
What is it you want to do on vacation? Because I want to get you to the destination you get the most for your buck and
Okay.
get the most of what you're looking for. I
Okay.
want to
Okay.
match you up properly with the destination that will meet all the needs that you have.
Okay. Is there any
So
special
you may
documentation
think,
I need to get for before I even come to you? Is there documents I need to have in line, or will you help me do that as well?
I'll help you do that as well. If you're
Okay.
leaving the US, you absolutely need a passport.
Okay.
I do not understand passport cards. And
Okay.
when I say I
Okay.
don't understand it, the government's going to hate this. I think it's a waste of money. Get a
Mm.
passport book because
Okay.
whatever you can do with a passport card, you can do with a passport book and
Okay.
more. So
Okay.
there's no point because the passport card is just for the border countries, which is Mexico and Canada. And
Ah.
you can't
Okay.
use it on everything. It's just this, just that. It's little nuances.
Okay.
Why do that? Just get
Right.
you a passport book. They
Okay.
also try to lump in a deal and say you can get both for this, but why? Who
Right.
walks around with two driver's licenses
True.
when
True.
one will do?
Right.
So
Okay.
that's the first thing. If you're
Okay.
leaving the country, you need a passport book.
Okay.
If you're staying within the U.S., you need a real ID. That became
Okay.
effective May 7th.
Okay.
You must have a real ID. You cannot use your old regular ID.
Okay.
It will not fly, and neither will you.
Okay. Now
You
you
can
heard that.
drive.
Okay, you can drive. If you guys want to try to drive to Puerto Rico, you go right ahead. But you're gonna have to
I want
cross
to
the
see that
border
one.
at some time. Yeah. Might have to get you a canoe or raft or something, but get your real ID. If you want to travel, make sure you have a passport book. That's a very, very important. And the great thing is that Miss Lena says she will help you to get those things. So as we got
Absolutely.
a few moments left, this is something that we do in every one of our podcasts. And again, this is part one, so I know we have a lot more to cover. And so Miss Lena has agreed to come back and give some more of that information. But we always end our segments, our podcast episodes with rapid fire questions. So no rhyme, no reason, just whatever
Okay.
comes to the top of your head. Answer it. You don't have to, there's no reason to do it, but we're interested in just your answer. So we're gonna start. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. Beach or mountains?
For me, beach.
And why?
I like warm weather. I know I live
Okay.
in Chicago, but I love warm weather. In the
Okay.
mountains, it sounds cold and snowy.
Okay. Europe or the Caribbean?
Ooh, ooh. Based on my previous answer, I should say Caribbean, but I think I like Europe better.
Okay. Okay. And give us a few reasons why Europe.
Specifically, London. I
Okay.
absolutely love London. I'm so fascinated with the people there. I'm so fascinated with the royal family. It's just the history of it, just the waste that they have. I'm so excited to learn about that. How they
Okay.
waste money everywhere. But
All right. Okay.
that's me.
Okay. All right. Window seat or aisle seat?
Window.
And why?
Because I fall asleep immediately on the plane and I don't
Okay.
want you to wake me up.
Okay. Travel solo or group trip?
Doesn't matter. I travel. That's the other thing that I should have mentioned. When I first started traveling, I would always plan for me and friends, but this is something that happens to everyone. People drop off, they
Right.
drop off. And
Right.
I decided I'm not waiting on anyone. I want to see
Right.
the world. And
Okay.
that's how I got out there to see the destinations. So if
Okay.
you're going, you're going. If you're not, I am.
Okay. I think you answered this, but just in case people weren't listening, cruise or resort?
I did not answer that.
Oh, okay.
I like both. I
Okay.
like both.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
I'm asleep during sunrise, so sunset.
Okay.
Sunset.
Luxury or adventure?
Luxury.
Okay, why?
I am not a adventurous person. I'm
So
not,
no
you
zip
mentioned mountain, I'm not
lines.
climbing a mountain. I'm not
Okay,
doing anything dangerous. Again, I remember I'm from Chicago. Why in
right,
the world would I wouldn't do that at home? Why am I doing that there?
right. Okay, okay.
Although I have gone hang gliding. That's
Oh,
the most
really?
adventurous I've done, and that was in Rio. I'll
Wow.
never do it again because I in my head I can't imagine how I did it then.
Right.
But no,
Wow. Okay. Carry on or check bag?
check bag. I still don't know how to pack. So
Okay.
check bags with the
Bag.
S.
Okay. Train ride or road trip?
Train ride.
Why? Why train ride?
For years, I did road trips. My best friend and I would drive down to Florida. We drive everywhere.
Right.
No, not anymore. I like the ability to get up and walk around, stretch
Okay.
out without having to stop. Still
Okay.
heading toward my destination.
Okay. Favorite food you've tried while traveling?
Ooh, I am not adventurous, but I will tell you this. Many moons ago, before they started having Brazilian steakhouses in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
I went to a Brazilian steakhouse in Brazil.
Okay.
Loved it.
Okay.
And at the time, they were doing all the meat and seafood you can eat. I'm not a big
Oh, okay.
seafood person,
Okay.
but it accommodated for everyone. They
Okay.
have the best tasting, simple meat. And when I say simple, simply seasoned. They're not
Okay.
overdoing it. This is the best tasting meat ever.
Okay.
So,
City life or countryside escape?
city life.
City life. Okay. You want to elaborate on that for those who are watching and like why in the devil would you enjoy city life living in Chicago? Why would you want to go and see
Exactly.
the city life?
Yeah, the country life brings on extra animals I'm not familiar with.
that, that makes sense to
No,
me.
no, thank you. The
That makes sense to me.
Barosauruses.
No, I get it. All right. Book tours in advance or explore as you go.
I've done both because you'll
Okay.
change your mind. By the time you get there, how do you feel?
Right.
I've had so much fun the night before, I don't feel like getting up to this
Mhm.
structured tour.
Okay. Okay.
So
No, I agree with you there. I'm
if
100%
it's
with you
something
there.
that'll sell out, go ahead and book it.
Right.
For example, the hot air balloon
Okay.
on Perfect Day at Coco Cay, a private island of Royal Caribbean. I book
Okay.
that all the time, whether I get
Okay.
on it or not. But I book it all the time before it sells out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Best souvenir you have ever brought back.
Um, a I shouldn't say this. It was a I don't even want to say it now because I shouldn't have brought it back. It was
It wasn't
it
an
was
exotic animal,
it
alligator,
was
white
it
tiger. It
was an
was.
yeah, it was a rare animal, and they made a purse out of it.
Oh,
I
wow.
love it. I think I still have this purse too, and I shouldn't have brought it back. But oh my
Wow.
god, this was the most beautiful thing ever.
Wow. Yeah.
But let's talk about something that I brought back legally.
Okay.
Um, in St. Thomas, that's the best jewelry shopping ever. St.
Okay.
Thomas has some nice jewelry, some nice shopping,
Okay.
and the jewelry stores are very gracious there. They
Okay.
made custom jewelry for me and shipped it to me. It
Okay.
wasn't ready until after I left, and then charged me for it.
Okay.
So they didn't charge me in advance. I didn't have to worry about that. Beautiful jewelry, beautiful.
Wow. And I know that I am so excited about this. We could talk and talk and talk and talk. But Miss Lina, before we wrap up, what's one piece of advice you leave someone with who's been dreaming about taking the trip but keeps putting it off?
Tomorrow's not promised.
Okay.
You have to go for it. Don't regret. Don't be here tomorrow and regret what you didn't do.
Yeah. No,
So go
I
for it.
no, I think that's wise for all of us. Well, family, this has been another powerful episode of the Collective Talk podcast. Today, we learned about Miss Lina Shepard's journey, the heart behind dream romantic vacations, the do's and the don'ts of travel, and the tips for anyone who dreams of seeing the world. Thank you, Miss Lina, for sharing your story and wisdom.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. And to our listeners, remember, the world is waiting for you. Take those times to take that trip to create those memories and live life to the fullest. This is the Collective Talk podcast, where the mic is on and the truth is loud.
And that's a wrap on this episode of the Collective Talk. If you felt that energy, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a moment of real talk, bold truths, and influential voices. We're here every Wednesday at 6 p.m., bringing you the stories that move the culture and inspire change. This is the Collective Talk, where the mic is on and the truth is loud.